Welcome to the Practical Prompt. This is where we speak with business owners and learn how they're applying today's AI tools to everyday challenges. Hi, Joe. How are you doing?
I am fantastic. I am actually super fantabulifical. Is that a fun word or what?
I've never heard about it. Must be a fun word. Can you talk a bit about your background?
Sure. How far back you want me to go? I was born in France, raised in Missouri, grew up in South Korea, live in Silicon Valley. Spent 25 years with a little company called Hewlett Packard. Did everything from engineering to call center to my claim to fame was a global service center for the last 15 years. I've been helping small businesses build a business that will work without you or can work without you. So that's where I've been focused. I got a degree in engineering, a degree in marketing, a certified business coach, certified executive coach, got stuff all over. None of that matters unless I can help my clients, and that's what I love to do is help my clients and help the business community. I also sit on the board for the Chamber of Commerce, just left the American Red Cross, College of Adaptive Arts, and do a lot with the scouting program.
When I was researching your background, I saw you were in the army for a bit.
Yes, I was. Distinguished Undergraduate Leadership Award from the Academy. I worked with military intelligence, which is sometimes an oxymoron.
So how did you end up starting your own business?
Well, after I retired in 2007, my goal was to actually go buy my island. And I had moved all my money from the stock market after the dot-com bust, and I lost a whole bunch of money, to real estate, because real estate is safe until I retired in 2008 hits and everything goes underwater. So I was wandering around for about a year going, what am I going to do? And I'm walking down El Camino and I'm seeing these businesses having problems. And I'm like, maybe I can help. I've got all this experience in engineering, management, sales, marketing, operations. Maybe I can help them. So I started this and I figured out that I knew how to run a Fortune 50 company, but not how to run small businesses. It's a different world. And that's when I started reading all these books, getting all the education, re-engineering my education to be able to help businesses understand how to build a business is just like building a house. And you got to start with that foundation piece. And that foundation piece is a piece that many business owners, when they get started, are struggling with. And what I mean by that is goal setting and time management. And you can't manage time, you can only manage yourself. That's when I wrote my best-selling book, BrainSHARE. Because when you start a business, you got to be the CEO, and you got to be the VP of operations, and you got to be the CFO, and you got to be the VP of marketing, and you got to be everything. And without the right systematic approach, you start doing a bunch of nothing. And that's where so many businesses struggle, is allocating their time to achieve their goals.
Just wanted to pull on a point that you mentioned. What's the difference between managing a Fortune 50 and a small business?
Well, the big thing is resources. In a big company like that, you do strategic planning, and then you do a tactical plan, and then you allocate resources. Well, in a small business, you've got to allocate resources first, and then otherwise you make all these grandiose plans and you don't have the resources to implement them. So you've got to go backwards. Allocate resources first, start doing something, and then start doing the right things. That's the big one.
I thought it would be easier to manage small businesses compared to large businesses because there isn't a lot to manage.
But when you're in a bigger company, you've got more resources, more technical expertise. You've got a lot of really smart people all around you. When you're running a small business, you've typically got you and maybe one or two others. You don't have the network of people to pull on and the resources to help you get to where you want to go. Small businesses, it's the hardest thing to do ever is starting a business. So many, what is it, 80% of businesses never make it past year 2 or 3, depending on what stats you look at. And the reason is it's easier to get a job.
That's true. Okay, so you are also running your own business. So how has that changed? You have been running it for 16 years. How has that changed over the 16 years?
It's the most, well, how has it changed over the 16 years?
Yeah.
First of all, it's the most rewarding thing you could, or I've ever done. I've had a job, I've been in the Army, I've done lots of other things. It's the most rewarding thing because I get to help people. Um, was it easy? The first 3 years, I, I, I almost shut the doors multiple times because it is the hardest thing. Understanding what you need to do and when you need to do it is not only a skill, but an art. And the first couple of years, and lots of books to learn from, but it is still difficult to get that momentum going.
Yeah. And what changed? So what happened after the first 3 years?
Well, a couple of things happened. Um, my wife looked at my financials and said, "You either better make this work or you need to get out of it." And I went, "Okay, I better," because I was treating it like a hobby. And once I said, "Okay, if I'm going to make a business out of this, I've got to make a business out of it." That means I got to do everything that I'm going to teach my team to do. That means I've got to set my goals. I've got to allocate my time. I've got to make sure I've got my operation, and I got to be running my financials. You've got to do sales, marketing, operations. You've got to work up that, just like you're building a house. Build your foundation, and then the walls, the windows, the roof, the paint, the wall, everything up to where you can exit or expand.
Okay, and how have you used AI? Have you explored AI? How are you teaching
My
other
entire
business
team
leaders?
uses AI all the time. If you
Okay.
don't, and it's like technology. If you don't embrace it, you're going to get ran over by it. And every one of my clients are leveraging technology tools in some fashion or another. I mean, if you go back in time, before there was QuickBooks, you had to do ledgers on a piece of paper. And guess what? Anybody that's doing ledgers on a piece of paper are probably out of business. Well, as AI comes out, there's so many productivity increases you get from marketing, from content generation to customer service to operations to systemizing everything. But that's up here. Okay. If you don't have this foundation stuff in place, you don't get up here.
Okay.
And system means save yourself time, energy, and money. And it's an acronym, systemize, like Michael Gerber talks about. And that's where I see AI coming in as you're looking at your process, your marketing process. What can be automated? What can be systemized there? AI has a ton of tools from social media marketing to all of your marketing, your CRMs, your sales processes, your outreach, your responses. AI can be leveraged in all that in your operational systems to start operating your processes, in your accounting systems. Across the board, you start looking at how to optimize your overall organization and company. I've got one client that, right, wrong, or indifferent, reduced their marketing infrastructure by 50%, implementing some basic AI tools.
What kind of tools?
My video editing costs have gone down so much with some of the tools that are out there. I don't, Synthesia, we're using that to help create all kinds of tools. I mean, every day there's a new AI tool coming out that can help you increase your productivity. So if you're not embracing it, you're going to get ran over. There's no, even if you're in the construction business, there's ways to incorporate technology into your business. And if you don't, you're going to get ran over.
And do you have any advice on how to keep up with all the tools coming out?
Get help. There's no way I can keep up with it all. I've got experts in the marketing field that keep up with that, and I bring them on board. Sales teams, you got to find people that are in that have that as an expertise, just like you do. I'm not an accountant. I go to an accountant to do my taxes. Same thing. If you're going to incorporate and optimize your different organizations, get the right people on your team. You don't necessarily have to have them full time. You can use pieces of resources, whether it's a functional CFO, functional marketing. These tools and resources are out there. You just gotta go look, or actually go to AI and ask, have a conversation.
And how do you get business leaders excited about AI? There's so many like non-technical leaders and like how do you get them
Oh, it's
excited about AI?
simple. How would you like to increase your profit margin by 10%? Let's see if we can't do that. There's, it's when we're running a business, and actually in business, there's only two things: time and money. And what does AI do? It helps you with time and money. It's all about ROI. Everything in business is about, yeah, you've got everything else, but if you're not making money, you're not in business very long. So you've got to make money so you can help more people. The more money I make, the more people I can help, the more boards I can sit on, the more I can donate. But if I'm not making money, I'm not going to help people, very many people. So it's okay to make money. It's okay to help people.
And what field have you seen AI have the biggest impact?
The marketing firms right now as I've seen a ton of different marketing firms just ramp up so fast. The accounting teams are starting to embrace it. So I've got a couple of accounting clients that run accounting businesses. They're starting to embrace it. There's some tools in there that are helping out. Um, I mean, everything from law firms to printing, just videographers, video editing. It's made a huge impact in that industry. Content generation, so marketing, that space is where I've seen the biggest um, impact at this space and time.
And why do you think so?
Oh, well, content generation is so much easier now. Video generation is so much easier now. Systemizing a, do you do social media? You post. How often do you post? Guess what? I had somebody going out and doing that. Now it's all done via AI agents. I mean, most of it can be done there. Yeah, you've got to have somebody watching over it, but watching over it takes about a tenth of the time it does to create and do it.
And what do you think the future is going to look like for marketing?
Well,
If
if I
if it's all
could,
like AI generated, who's going to watch that stuff?
this one, I wish I had that in my crystal ball because if you would ask me 5 years ago what things would look like, I would not say what it is today. I think it's going to go as the pendulum swings back and forth. I think we're going to go and embrace a lot of it, and then what's really going to be the difference as we go on is the people aspect of things. So actually interacting like we're doing right now, that's what's going to create kind of that next level of interaction where I can uh, I can interact with an AI and yeah, get some ideas and help and yeah, it's smarter, but it doesn't have feeling yet. It might. Who knows? There's a lot of I'm working with one company that's actually trying to incorporate a lot more feel, personal aspect of things. I don't know. It's going to be very, very interesting over the next 3 to 5 years.
Yeah. And you can, so you did talk about how you get like business leaders excited about it. Like money is very an important aspect of it. But what about the people who are working in that business, their employees? How do you get them to start using AI?
I, it, so if you're talking about like the management team, that's pretty simple because managers get paid to make things faster, better, cheaper. If your organization company culture is like that, then it's easy to embrace that. If you've got a company culture where people are thinking about, okay, my job's going away, well, guess what? It probably is because that's just it's evolution. You've got to change your skill set. I mean, the world will continue to evolve, and you're responsible for your own career. You've got to embrace where things are going and learn and move for that.
But what about the business actually getting them excited about using AI? That is like you being worried about you losing your job. But what about like
But
the change in culture within the company
it
to like get people
I,
excited?
I, it's to me, it's if you don't do this, we're not going to be here. It really is that simple. If you don't embrace this, your competitors are, and they're going to cut their costs, and they're going to be providing a better service for a lower cost. And guess what? You're not going to be in business. Embrace it or get ran over. It is. I mean, how many horse and buggies do you see going down Highway 101? Was that a change? Yes, but you don't see that anymore. Uh, gas cars are evolving, right? How many electric vehicles do you see now? I just came back from Norway, and most of the vehicles there are electric vehicles.
Yeah. Uh, have your clients successfully integrated AI in their internal workflows?
Yes, yeah, everything from the process, I mean, process documentation, process implementation, process optimization, in their everything from their level 0, 1, 2, 3, and their work breakdown structures have all incorporated AI in some fashion into their things. Now, is it fully embraced? Are we doing everything we can? Heck no. I mean, we're just getting started. It's going to continue to evolve.
And how do you check if you're getting the ROI out
Oh,
of this
it's
approach?
your financials. I'm spending this much. I got this much more money. It's pretty simple. I mean, your cost structure was with AI. It's almost easier. Here's what I was paying to do this. Now here's what I am paying. ROI. I mean, it's hard. It is so easy to quantify the AI investments that it's not even funny. It's. I mean, you're talking about when I implemented ChatGPT, just the basics. What I don't know, 6 months, a year ago, with my admin team. In one day, 1 hour, I got my ROI because they did something that would have normally taken them 3 hours. They got it done in half an hour. ROI done.
That is pretty cool.
One of my clients was spending 40 people hours on doing social media marketing for one of their clients. By implementing the tools, they cut that down to 3 person hours. It's how I mean, it's ridiculous on the ROI that you get. It's I mean, you can't not do it. I mean, from a financial perspective, from an ethical standpoint, and changing the universe, and are we that one I can that one I can sit here and argue with it. Is the robot's going to take over the universe, and all that stuff? That one, you can argue that all day down, the ethical aspect of it. From a business standpoint, I'm a business mentor, and guess what? You, you, you almost don't have a choice. You're gonna the train's coming, and either get on it or get ran over.
Have you experienced your clients talk about security or being worried about privacy when using these
Yes,
tools?
yes. So the ones that are especially accounting firms, attorney firms, they're going to systematic things that have security that keep it within their boundaries. So there's I know Salesforce has one. There's other ones. Something new coming out every day to make sure that your data stays within the confines of the company. And there's AI or IT experts that I recommend and utilize to ensure that their confidentiality of what they're doing stays confidential.
And when you start working with a client, how do you figure out which of their workflows would have the biggest impact if they use AI in there?
So are you familiar with theory of constraints?
No, tell me about it.
Okay, so there's a book by a gold rat called The Goal, um, one of my favorites, and he talks about the theory of constraints. So at a high level, it's you've got a business that's doing let's pretend $1 million, but it has the capability of doing 5 million. What's preventing it from doing 5 million? What area is it marketing? Is it sales? Is it financials? Is it operations? What is the biggest constraint? There's constraints all over. It's like a big fire hose that it's got kinks all over it. What's the biggest kink? That's the only one that matters. You can take out all the little kinks, but it's not going to help more money flow, more water flow. Identifying that biggest kink, that biggest constraint in the business is the leadership's job to identify that and then make it. And when you remove that one, guess what? There's another one. There's another. There's always another biggest constraint. That's what makes business fun. So you never get done because you can continue opening that up. And that's the fun part of business is you don't fix this and you're done. You fix that one and then the next one and then the next one. So identifying that biggest constraint is the leadership's job. Every business is different. You can bring in consultants to help you with that. Most of the time, you just don't know how to fix it. And we actually, once you identify what the problem really is, that's half the solution to fixing the problem.
But with businesses, there could be multiple problems, right? There could be a problem with customer
Well,
success,
there's
customer
always
support.
multiple problems, but there's only one biggest one. There's only one biggest one. And you might make that one a little bit bigger, and then the other one becomes the biggest. That's okay. But if you try to fix all of them at the same time, you're going to go nuts. Most people don't have the resources to try to fix them all at the same time. In fact, you can't because it's like whack-a-mole. You hit one, another one pops up, right? Well, business is kind of like that sometimes.
And how do you find the biggest one? Because that's solving half the
You,
problem.
you've got to go back. You got to step way back and do a full evaluation on. Okay, do we have a marketing issue? Marketing is lead gen, conversion rate is sales, operation is your gross profit margins, your efficiencies, your financials. Are you getting the right reports? HR, where is your biggest constraint functionally? And once you identify that, then you can fix it and then go on to the next. And they're going to change over time. If they don't, you're not doing anything. If you have the same problem for more than a year, you're not doing anything. Or you're not doing the right things. You're probably doing a whole lot of stuff, but you're probably not doing the right thing.
Okay. And I had one more question. So I did talk to you about when we are introducing AI to business leaders. What about business leaders who are too excited about AI and they want to push AI in everything?
Um, Take a deep breath. You can't do everything at the same time. Put together a roadmap of what you're going to do by when and have just like a project plan. You can't implement everything all at the same time. It will cause chaos. What's your plan? And then does the plan make sense? And does your team buy into it? Just like any strategic planning, put your plan together, put your timelines, allocate your resources.
Yeah, makes sense.
Don't make it more complex than it is. Keep it simple. You put together a roadmap. I'm going to focus on this week, this, and this, or this month, this quarter, and we're going to implement it. And then you make great progress.
And when you have to advise business leaders, like how do you advise them about the future?
Well, first of all, it's their future. They've got to help define it. It all goes on back to their ultimate goals. It's their goals, not mine. It's their company. My job is to make sure you set your goals, set your vision, set your mission, set where you want to go. The problem is, if you don't have one, that's the problem. If you have one, we're going to adjust it as we go because no business goes from here to here in a straight line. You go from here like this to get to here. And it's adjustment. People talk about balance. Balance means constant adjustment. It's not you're there. It's constant adjustment is how you balance.
Yeah, this was really useful. I don't have any other questions, Joe. I wonder if you have any advice for the audience, especially like AI and business.
Um, eh, Put the plan in place. Don't just I had one yesterday. Oh, we're going to do this. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. Okay, show me the plan. Show me the timeline. Oh, we're just going to go do it. Well, guess what? You're going to do that. That's going to mess up. This is going to mess up that. Going to mess up this. Plan your work and then work your plan. Stephen Covey, back to 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. I mean, this stuff is out there. Don't overdo it or underdo it. Um, uh, uh, Moderation in all things. The Greeks, right? So put put your plan. I want to achieve this. Here's what I need to do. Allocate the resources and do it. Keep it simple.
And do you have any book recommendations? I see a lot of
Oh,
books behind
oh,
it.
okay. I've got over 1,000 books here in my library here. I got over 400 that I typically recommend on a regular basis. I got a reading list of what is it? The 100 books everybody must read. I'm doing videos on 40 of them right now. It really depends on where you're at in your business. I mean, if you're just starting out, The Lean Startup by Eric Ries. If you've already got started, Traction by Gino Wickman is a must read. E-Myth Revisited, a must read. Good to Great, Jim Collins, a must read. Atomic Habits, depending on where you're at. If you're procrastinating, to eat the frog or do the work. It depends on where you're at. Um, so yeah, I read 2 books a month, whether I need to or not. I just finished Critical Conversations again for like the 5th time. It depends on where you're at, is what you need.
And are there any ways people can connect with you?
www.brainshare.us has got my entire e-learning system. And at the top of it, it says, schedule a time with Joe. Just schedule a time. I'm happy to talk with anybody to help the world become a better place. That's my goal in life, is to help 10,000 businesses this next coming year. And the only way I do that is through forums like this, through my social media, through other help. So if when you get, it's not if you get stuck, when you get stuck, schedule half an hour with me and let's talk and see what we can do to break you through to get to that next level and put the plan in place you need to execute.
Thank you, Joe, for coming on the show. It was really exciting to have you here.
It's my honor and privilege. Anything I can do to help. My book's on Amazon and Barnes and Noble. Website is brainshare.us, and we are here to help make the world a better place.
Thank you.